In life, we are not guaranteed peace from others, only the chance to master our own reactions. Whether it's the coworker who undermines your work, the family member who drains your energy, or the so-called friend who cloaks manipulation and charm, toxic people are a fact of life. You cannot avoid them all, but you can outsmart them. The Stoics, those ancient thinkers who valued reason over rage and discipline over drama, knew that the world would never be free of chaos. So instead, they trained themselves to face it with clarity, courage, and cleverness. Today, we're going to dive deep into 10 clever Stoic-inspired ways to deal with toxic people, not through confrontation, but through strength, silence, and strategy. 1. Rule your inner world before you try to change the outer one. Epictetus said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." Toxic people thrive when you give them access to your emotions. That's how they feed their control. The first clever way to deal with them is rule yourself. When your mind is grounded, their chaos cannot shake you. You begin to see their outbursts not as personal attacks, but as signs of their own internal misery. They do not have the power to disturb your peace unless you hand it to them. Practice this. When someone tries to provoke you, don't react. Observe. Breathe. Let your calmness expose their instability. 2. Learn the art of strategic silence. You don't owe everyone a response, especially not toxic people who twist your words into weapons. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." When a toxic person lashes out, silence is not weakness, it is power. Your silence forces them to deal with themselves. It denies them the emotional reaction they seek. It makes them uncomfortable, and that's okay, because not all battles are worth entering. Sometimes the wisest move is to simply walk past the noise without a word. 3. Practice the pause before you respond. One clever technique is the Stoic pause. Before responding to provocation, pause. Create space between stimulus and response. This pause allows your rational mind to speak before your emotions do. Seneca warned us, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." That toxic person at work who tries to embarrass you. Pause, then respond with control. Your grace under pressure reveals their weakness, and more importantly, it builds your strength. 4. Use the mirror method. Observe without absorbing. Toxic people often project their inner chaos onto others. But what if you simply reflected it instead of absorbing it? When someone insults you, imagine a mirror. Let their words bounce back without entering your spirit. You don't have to agree, defend, or attack. Just reflect. Let them face their own reflection. This technique keeps your emotional armor intact and prevents their poison from sinking in. 5. Create invisible boundaries through detachment. You don't always need to announce your boundaries. Sometimes the most effective ones are invisible. Detachment is a Stoic superpower. Don't give toxic people access to your inner world. Speak less, reveal less, expect less. Seneca reminds us, associate with people who are likely to improve you. And if you can't avoid someone, don't let them into the parts of you that matter. Be polite, be brief, be gone. 6. Limit exposure without guilt. Some relationships feel like obligations, but that doesn't mean they're good for your soul. Whether it's a toxic sibling, parent, or longtime friend, you have the right to protect your energy. The Stoics believed in duty, but not in self-sacrifice at the altar of abuse. Set time limits, skip unnecessary conversations, take breaks. This isn't cruelty, it's wisdom. You can care from a distance. You can respect someone's pain without letting it become your prison. 7. Master the power of indifference. The Stoics had a word, apatheia. It doesn't mean numbness, it means freedom from destructive emotions. Toxic people want to make you angry, jealous, insecure, but when you develop indifference, you disarm them. When they can't shake your peace, they lose interest in the game. Remember Marcus Aurelius again? You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Their actions say more about them than they ever will about you. 8. Understand their patterns. Don't personalize their behavior. Toxic behavior often follows a script. Blame, manipulate, guilt trip, repeat. When you recognize the pattern, it becomes easier to predict and detach from it. You stop asking, "Why are they doing this to me?" and start saying, "This is just their usual play." Understanding doesn't mean accepting, but it does help you stop personalizing their poison. It's their script. You can choose not to play the role they've cast you in. 9. Focus on your circle of control, not their chaos. Toxic people are like storms, loud, unpredictable, and draining, but your peace doesn't have to depend on whether or not they change. That's outside your control. What is in your control is your routine, your self-talk, your circle, your habits, and your response. Every moment spent trying to fix a toxic person is energy lost from improving yourself. Let their drama motivate your discipline. Let their chaos sharpen your clarity. 10. Forgive without reconnecting. This is perhaps the cleverest move of all. Forgiveness is not about letting them back in. It's about freeing yourself. When you forgive, you let go of the burden they placed on your back. You stop carrying the fire they lit. The Stoics believed resentment was a form of self-torture. You don't forgive because they deserve it. You forgive because you deserve peace. And you don't need to tell them. Just move forward, lighter, stronger, free. Toxic people may never change, but you can. You can grow wiser. You can choose stillness over shouting, discipline over drama, dignity over retaliation. Remember, you are not responsible for the storm that someone else carries, but you are responsible for whether you let it soak into your soul. So be clever, be calm, and be unmoved. And when you must engage, do so like a Stoic, gracefully, wisely, and always on your own terms. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone who needs the reminder. Like, comment, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom and life strategies to build strength from within. And above all, protect your peace every day, in every interaction, because in the end, how you live is always stronger than what they say.